Hey y'all, welcome into Duck TV Sports. I'm Savannah Held.
And I'm Brett Taylor. It's week 9 and it's about that time that I probably should start panicking for finals, but somehow I feel pretty good. Savannah, how are you doing?
You know, Brett, I probably should be studying for finals too, but who has time with the men's and women's Pac-12 tournaments coming up? Speaking of basketball, the men will finish their regular season play at home this week after defeating Oregon State in the 354th Civil War matchup. The Ducks held the Beavers to 54 points last week, which is the least amount they've allowed all season. With double-digit performances from Peyton Pritchard, Will Richardson, and Anthony Mathis, the Ducks snapped a 3-game losing streak against the Beavers, who are right now one of the worst teams inside the Pac-12. With this win, the Ducks furthered their potential to secure a top spot in the Pac-12 tournament next week, and will look to continue their momentum as they face off against Cal tomorrow and Stanford on Saturday. If Oregon wins both of these games, they have a piece of the Pac-12 regular season championship.
Keeping things in the basketball realm, the hope for a #1 seed in the March Madness tournament is not done just yet for the Oregon women's basketball team, as they will be taking on either Utah or a rematch against Washington in the Pac-12 championship this Friday. Now, the Ducks are hoping not to repeat last season's mistakes when they lost in the finals of the championship to Stanford, but with 2 dominant wins already against the Cardinal this season, Oregon looks to be the clear favorite for the outright title of Pac-12 champions. Although last weekend was just as important for the team, especially to seniors Mignon Moore, Ruthie Hebert, Sabrina Ionescu, and honorary senior Satu Sabli, who suited up for their last regular season home games as Oregon Ducks. Ionescu and the squad first took down Wazoo on Friday, securing the Pac-12 title for the 3rd year in a row. And on Sunday against Washington, Oregon's season-high 17 steals sparked the offense to a 36-point win, 92-56, sending their seniors off with a bang. If you were one of the 12,000 attendees at the women's basketball game last Friday, you may have seen some free food and bouncing slides on the practice courts before the game. Duck TV Sports reporter Izzy LaRue has the lowdown on what exactly was going on.
The University of Oregon Police Department held an event for international students this past Friday. The event was a tailgate an hour ahead of the women's basketball game against the Washington State Cougars inside of the Matthew Knight Arena practice courts. There were burgers, prizes, bounty slides, and more. UOPD held this event to get international students to come out to the game and create a sense of community among the international students. They also wanted to destigmatize the image of the police.
I feel like there's a lot of stigma when it comes to police and what the police actually are about. And, you know, just trying to get more of a student's perspective on that and how, coming from an international background, people aren't really comfortable with the police.
Build community, build relationships. It's always good to have a good relationship between, you know, whatever police department and any part of the community on campus we have.
Turnout was very low. Parents and their kids were basically the only attendees, with a few students trickling in every now and then. Even though there was a low attendance, everyone at the tailgate had fun. UOPD cadets enjoyed interacting with the community as well. This is the event's first year, so planners admit that there's a learning curve in getting a high turnout.
With better advertising, better, I think, communication amongst people, it should turn out to be a massive event. Hopefully we get all the international students here next time.
With Duck TV Sports, I'm Izzy LaRue.
Thanks, Izzy. We look forward to seeing how the turnout will be at time.
With the recent outbreak of the coronavirus, international sports gatherings around the globe are being canceled, but it looks like the Tokyo Olympics will not be one of them. Although there has been some speculation around whether the games will still take place, ABC News reports that Olympic organizers said the games will still continue as planned. However, the decision for the games is still up in the air, as the committee has until the end of May to determine if the games will still take place.
Oregon baseball may have been in the dumps 2 weeks ago when they started the season 0-4, but since then, the team has been on fire, getting 7 wins. Yeah, you heard me right, 7 wins in a row, and are looking to extend that to 8 when they take on the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. Now, 4 out of those 7 wins came just this past weekend against the Milwaukee Panthers, who fell to 1-11 for the season. Looks can be deceiving, though, because the first game of the series was epic, with the Ducks and Panthers dueling it out into extra innings, but in the bottom of the 11th, senior Gabe Matthews crushed a 2-run bomber to right field and got a little whipped cream pie to the face Always a great way to end the night. I mean, come on, who doesn't like whipped cream? Oregon would dominate the next 3 games, securing wins of 7-2, 6-0, and 6-1.
The Oregon men's tennis team came up short this weekend, losing both of their Pac-12 openers against USC and UCLA. The Ducks gave it their all against the #1 ranked Trojans on Friday, but could not keep up, losing a doubles point. The match only went downhill from there. Oregon would struggle in singles matches, falling 4-1. Sunday's match against UCLA looked a little brighter for the Ducks as they secured the doubles point quickly before heading into singles. But Oregon still ended up losing to the Bruins 3-4. The Ducks will continue their homestand this weekend as they face off against New Mexico and Old Dominion.
Yeah, Savannah, much like the men's tennis team, the Oregon lacrosse team is also on a losing streak. Well, to be more exact, a 4-game losing streak. Things have not been going as planned for second-year head coach Chelsea Gamble-Hoffman, who currently has a 4-19 record as a head coach. One of those 19 losses came last weekend against UC Davis, where Oregon's offense just couldn't get past the Aggies' defense. Maddie Myers for Davis came up clutch, scoring 5 goals as Oregon drops to 1-4 for the season. Well, that's going to do it for tonight.
Be sure to check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to stay up to date on all things sports, including our coverage of the Pac-12 tournaments.
Now let's toss it over for some more sports and esports with Mario and Josh. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Brett. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the first ever Duck TV Esports Update. My name is Joshua Berry.
And I'm Mario Ponce. We have a lot to catch you up on, so let's get into it. Your very own University of Oregon Rocket League team is headed for the playoffs. The team wrapped out the regular season last week in style, defeating Mizzou 3-1. Now they head on to the Collegiate Rocket League Spring 2020 tournament as the 1 seed with a 10-1 record. Their only loss of the season came to second seed LSU. They are currently tied with Rowan University for the best record in the country. The Ducks earned a bye from the first round of the playoffs and now wait to play the winner of the lower quarterfinals. The match is scheduled for March the 16th.
In Overwatch, the Ducks continued their early season dominance with a win against the Hawaii Pacific Sharks 3-0. In the first map, it was all disrespect from UO as they pulled out the Torbjorn strat and hammered down the easy win on Oasis. But in map 2, everything changed as the main tank Parker showed off his versatility by swapping off his signature Orisa for some Hammond gameplay. But the results were still the same. The Ducks dominated the Sharks for the easy win. The Ducks are currently 2-0 to start the season, and they will have their next match sometime this weekend.
The University of Oregon Call of Duty team is sitting comfortably in the CCL Western Conference standings. The team has a 9-1 record, good for third in the standings by way of winning percentage. The only loss of the season was a tough 0-3 match against Grand Canyon University, but apart from that one, the team has been dominant against every other opponent. All other matches except for the season opener against Oklahoma State have been sweeps, making the Ducks a force to be reckoned with inside the tournament. The team still has 5 matches left before the playoffs start on April the 25th, but with the record, the team still has a very good chance of making the tournament.
UO League of Legends took a bye week this week to travel to Los Angeles for some much-needed R&R. Just last week, the Ducks pulled off a dominant win against Northwest Christian by a score of 2-0. Although it was just a show match and did not count for any regular season standings, Oregon still put on a good show for the fans who gathered to watch them in the EMU. The Ducks will resume play with a match sometime this week, and playoffs coming up in just a few weeks.
That's all we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at DuckTV Esports, and also make sure to follow the official University of Oregon Twitch channel for live broadcasts of UO Esports. Thank you, and stay classy, Eugene.